In this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how to replace the background of a photograph. I'm going to open this file here, which is a little train, as you can see. And in the photograph, you can see it's got this grey background with some shadows. I'm going to lift this off the background and replace it with just a flat colour. To do that, I'm going to make a selection using the quick selection tool, which can be found here, and I'm going to use a mask which can be added just here. First, I'm going to unlock the image by double clicking on this lock. If that comes up, you can cancel it. You can see that the lock has disappeared. So, using the quick select brush, I can click and slowly drag along, and Photoshop tries its best to calculate which colours I'm trying to select and tries to get there before me. And generally speaking, it does it pretty well. You can see that it's got the edges very close to the train around here, whilst cutting out the shadows. There are a few areas, particularly here under the wheels, that look like they're going to be a bit more tricky. In order to get these areas, I'm going to have to zoom in. You can use this magnifying glass and click on the area until it's large enough for you to work with. When you're zoomed in, you can drag the picture around by holding down the space bar and clicking and dragging. So we can see here there's a little bit of the train that's been selected by the quick select that I actually want to keep, and there's some bits here that haven't been selected that I don't want. To alter this, I'm going to have to alter my quick select tool. So I'll select that again, and then as you can see, I've got quite a large brush size when we're up close like this. So I can alter that by using this button here, and I can change the size. I can make it larger, I can make it, in this case I want to make it smaller. I can also control how hard the edge is. I'm going to keep it at 100% for the time being. And I'll start over here with these bits that I want to add to the selection. The reason that I'm doing that is because at the moment my quick select brush is on the add to selection mode. You'll notice there's a take away from here. So I'm just going to click and work my way. As you can see, I'm working my way from the edge of this marching ants line. You can see it's tried its best to sort of get those. In the process, it's got some of these here. I'll just do this bit here. And as I get closer to this narrowing part where the two wheels start to join, I can use the square brackets on the keyboard to change the brush size as I go along. It's the same as going up here and changing the size here, but it's a keyboard shortcut and it can save you a lot of time. So pressing the square brackets will allow you to get into some of those nooks and crannies. But as you can see, I've actually selected a few more bits than I actually want. Let's see how we get on with the subtraction brush. Carefully, I'm going to come down here, and I tend to do lots of smaller strokes because that way, if I happen to paint one which gets too much of this background shadow, I can easily press edit and undo up here, or on the keyboard I can press Command and Z or Control and Z if you're on a PC. So I'm just gently working my way down here. You do need to be able to see the image quite well to distinguish which bits you want to keep and which you don't. And sometimes it might come down to just what looks best rather than what's absolutely accurate. There we go. I've just painted a little too much. So I'm going to press Command and Z and go back to where I was. There's a bit I would like here just to smooth that out. I'm going to continue with the quick select brush here and just bring back some of this around this wheel here. And having a little look around, I can see that I might need to get the bottom of the bumper. And a little bit on this little chimney. There we go. It looks like here I could do with just adding a few more pixels to the selection, so I'm going to switch back to the plus brush, or the add to selection brush, and I'm just going to try and click very carefully around that. Back to the wheels, I'm going to switch to a different tool. there are multiple selection tools. I've been using the quick select because for the purposes of this it's much quicker. However, there is the magic wand. This allows you to select pixels of the same colour or similar within a range that you can define. We've also got these tools here. We've also got the lasso tools, which allow you to draw around in a sort of very free way. So the lasso tool allows you to draw it very freehand. Polygon lasso allows you to click around the screen and create a shape with straight edges. And the magnetic lasso tries its hardest to distinguish between two areas of colour and make the lasso follow that distinction. Have a little practice with it, you'll soon see what I mean. The other tool we've got is the rectangular marquee, elliptical marquee and the row marquees. These allow you to select sort of perfect circles, perfect squares and other simple geometric kind of shapes. Back to the lasso tool, I'm going to use this, and you can see I'm not quite sure why we don't have plus or minus on these, but we've got add to selection, take away from selection. In order to get this part down here, I need to take this little sliver away from my selection. So I have the subtract option selected, and I'm going to just click within the bit I don't have, and it doesn't really matter where I click. The bit that matters is where I eat into this selection, and I'm just trying to do it very carefully like that. And I'm going to say for the purposes of this, that's fine. Coming along, I can see there's another bit here. I'll do this again. You can get it bit by bit, that's fine. It might take you a moment longer. And finally, right here, I want to add to my selection. So I'm going to switch to this mode, the add mode. And this time I'm going to start within the selection that I've got and just pinch out that little bit there. Okay, as I say, for the purposes of this, that's absolutely fine. Now that I've made this selection, I can make a mask. If you're not sure what a mask is, there's lots of information everywhere, and I'm sure this demonstration will sort of explain it to you visually. The idea is that a mask is a grayscale image that shows or hides part of another image. In this case, we're going to hide the background. We're not going to erase it or anything like that. We're going to hide it. And so to do that, we come down here to our layers panel. If you can't see the layers panel, go to window and choose layers. Then press this little button here, and you can see on our layer it's added this small thumbnail of a black and white image. Unfortunately, the image is reversed. Our train is hidden, but the background is visible, which is the opposite of what we want. The great thing about masks is that we can edit them. Firstly, I'm going to switch it around so it looks correct. So to do this, I will double click on the mask. And you can see over here I've got a variety of settings that I can use to make this look better. Firstly, I'm going to press this button here, Invert. This will swap the black and the white. There we go. Then we've got a variety of options here. You can change if you don't like this, that where this checker pattern is representing that it's transparent now. So we'll be able to see through it when we put a background in there. You can change the way this looks if you prefer. We've got an overlay, black and white if you wanted to, and so on. I'm going to stick with the marching ants. These settings here allow us to alter the edge of our selection, and we can do this in a number of ways. There's smoothing it out so you can see perhaps more easily. Actually, in the black and white version there's quite a few sort of jagged bits here. This can be very jarring when we're putting it on a new background. It can make it look very obviously cut out. So we could smooth this, and if I do it quite dramatically, or I just keep going up, you can see that some of those rougher edges start to ease out. You can of course go too far and lose definition if I quickly switch between the two. So we could smooth it a little bit just by a very small amount. Might help a great deal. Feathering, I will zoom in. I'm going to do a marching ants view here. I'm going to zoom in, So here we've got a bit, let's go right a bit, there we are. So I've zoomed in to show you what feathering is going to do. You can see there's a reasonably hard edge on the train. If I turn up the feathering value, it eats away at that hard edge by making the outer pixels more transparent, and so you can see it just sort of softens out that edge. And this is really useful just for blending in an object with a background and making it look less cut out. So with a bit of smoothing and a bit of feathering, you can usually make something that's a little bit rough and ready look a lot better quite quickly. Of course, if you go too far, you can see, I'll zoom out so you can see the full effect. So just a small amount of feathering in this case. Okay. Play around with the other settings. Always have a little bit of an explore of these things. But I'm going to press OK. You can see that my mask is there and the train is visible, but the background isn't. And we haven't got too much of a dodgy looking edge. Now to put the background in, very straightforward. Firstly, we must make a new layer. Click this button here that looks like a little page being turned. And if you need to, you can name it by double clicking on the words. Then, using the paint pot and selecting the colour that I wish to use as the background, I can first select from the spectrum and then I can choose the particular tone of colour that I want. There we go, beautiful. Okay, you can also choose your colours up here. I habitually do that for some reason. And then I'm going to click somewhere, and that floods this whole area with the paint pot tool, floods the whole area with that colour. Unfortunately, it's hidden the train, so we just need to click and drag this background layer to the bottom, or at least below the train, and there you can see it on its new background. If needs be, you can click on your train layer and use this very top tool to move it around, or edit and transform to scale or rotate or whatever. I'll press free transform and I'll be able to go like this. I'm holding shift as I drag it down and make it smaller, and then I can move it around and then press the tick to say I'm happy with that. When you're happy with how your image looks, file, save as, and it's always a good idea to save it as a Photoshop file so that you've got access to these layers. Other people you may wish to send a JPEG or a PNG, but so that you've got access to your layers should you ever need to make any changes, always save a copy as a PSD or a Photoshop file. Photoshop document it stands for. And there you are. Replace the background of this train picture.